Awesome. Right. Well, thank you for having me. My name is Erin Griffith. I am the Fedora program manager, but today I am giving a quick update on the Hyrax Fedora 6 working group, which we are stakeholders and a part of, obviously. So I did give this talk at Samvera Virtual Connect just back in May, I think it was. We have been obviously doing work since then, but if this update feels a little bit familiar, I apologize for that. To recap really briefly, though, the working group was established by a group of cross-community stakeholders from both the Samvera and the Fedora communities to see see the development of Hyrax 5 backed by Fedora 6 through Valkyrie. So our goal was to work in tandem with the general community effort of getting toward Hyrax 5. And so, but what we were specifically looking at was evaluating, documenting, and testing a Hyrax application that would use Fedora 6 through Valkyrie. So we wanted to see the backend obviously be Fedora and through Valkyrie. So currently our focus for the working group is on performance testing, and I'll get to that in just a moment. These are the stakeholders and working group members. We obviously represent both the Samvera and Fedora communities, and we've been working collaboratively for, I don't know, I feel like it's going on 2 years now to see our deliverables through. We've modified them a little bit through our time, but we are still actively working towards finishing those last few deliverables, which can all be found on the Samvera wiki under our working group page there. So far, we're pleased to have been able to deliver some of the following projects or tasks that were on our list of things that we wanted to accomplish. So right now, there is a fully functional Sirenia application, which is available on a Hyrax instance for community testing. It is called F6 Hyrax, and you can have a look at it using the link that's in the slides, which I will link into the wiki after. Fedora 6.5.1 was released, which included support for encoded slashes, which was identified as a barrier for full Hyrax support by the group here. So we went ahead and included that work with 6.5.1 for Fedora. And obviously the big one here is the release of Hyrax 5, which was, a while ago now, but, we can't take credit for as a working group, but many of the people that participate in our working group were responsible for that huge effort and the iteration since then. But this is what we're working on right now. Our last deliverable is performance testing. So with F6 Hyrax available, the working group put together a set of performance tests that we wanted to investigate, and they're all defined in the testing matrix that's available at the link there. These tests were ones that we had identified that were previously defined as pain points with older versions of the application stack. So the goal here was to compare those previous performance results to that of the updated software and see where we came out. So we are going at this kind of in a phased approach. So we are currently in phase 1, and phase 1 covers test cases that do not require collections of large numbers of works to already be in place in the Hyrax instance. So there are some works already in the Hyrax instance that you can use for testing, but they are small amounts. And so phase 2 will start once bulk racks is available for use in F6 Hyrax. So this will be performance testing that will occur and cover testing involving file sets with over 5,000 works. So larger, kind of more representative of what you might see on a day-to-day. Preliminarily, though, we are really happy to report that all test cases in phase 1, based on the performance feedback that we've got, are performing better than Hyrax with Fedora 4. So that is significant and really encouraging from what we've seen. So the last time our group met, we were still working through further improvements and tweaks, one of them specifically involving test case number 5, which involves changing visibility of a work with over 150 file sets in the Hyrax user interface and then applying those changes to the children. This was a little bit slow, and what we discovered here was that Hyrax was processing 2 jobs at once, which were iterating over each file in the work, and this was causing that slowness. But thanks to the work of Randall Floyd from Indiana University, he was able to combine those into one single job that has reduced the amount of time that this operation takes to about half, which is awesome. And recent testing results confirm improved performance for that particular case as well. So we're starting to see, improvements all along and through all the test cases. There is still some work outstanding, and since our last meeting, I will say, I'll preface that, about looking into adding caching to objects being built when doing Fedora requests via Valkyrie. And we expect with those caching things added that we can improve the speed of this and some other of the test cases as well. So we're looking for further improvements at this point. But overall, again, we're seeing kind of like as a blanket statement, there are general improvements to all of the performance for the test cases that we've identified with Hyrax 5 and Fedora 6. So all in all, really positive in phase 1 testing. And then, like I mentioned, we are moving on to phase 2 testing once bulk racks is installed on F6 new racks. And then we can look at larger volumes of works and be able to compare some of the test values that we have there. So that was my very quick update. I will defer to any of the other members of the working group that are here today if I've missed anything or you wanted to add anything, but I can also potentially take questions.